So it's that time, Christmas movies immediately after Halloween, that I'm still late to cover because this came out like 2 weeks ago at this point. But you know what? I'm still a little bit damaged from retail. Like 10 years of Christmas retail. But for this holiday spectacular, I have a real treat for you. Friend of the channel, Lindsay Lohan. And by friend of the channel, I mean that like 2 years ago, I made a video about one of my all-time favorite movies, Freaky Friday. Also Mean Girls rocks, but yeah, Lindsay Lohan Netflix Christmas movie. Meaning that she is still superior to the slew of actors who have found themselves relegated to the Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies. Proud of you, girl, you've come a long way. But it's pretty obvious that Netflix has tried to corner every possible market, both the positives and the not so positives. Say what you will, but they consistently fund and back some of the best movies that you could possibly see, and then like to sprinkle in the hate watch content, and then the stuff that like some people are gonna hate, but other people are gonna genuinely love. And then obviously it would make sense that they would try to just dive in there and just throw themselves upon the market that is traditionally eaten up by Lifetime and Hallmark. We've seen it with some of their erotic thrillers, and now we're again constantly seeing it with at least one of these Christmas movies a year. So this one is called Falling for Christmas, and the cover makes it look exactly like any of those other generic holiday movies that I've mentioned, but that's okay. Because I just need to say that it's refreshing that they're willing to stand up for the sanctity of Christmas and not all this happy holidays bullshit we're being subjected to. You're snowier flakes than the ones falling down beneath my window. It's just refreshing to see Netflix take a stand on the war against Christmas that is definitely actually real. I'm sorry, I wanted to play that a little bit more serious, but I just could not risk anybody thinking I was being serious. If you are someone who thinks that's actually a thing, take it from someone who worked many years in retail when this started, built. There is no war. Christmas is very present. It is safe. If anything, you should just maybe have a problem with the commercialization of it, but you seem into that. So you should be happy. Everything's going just, you know, it's fine. Just sit down, eat your sugar cookie. I was really just planning to use that to segue into a joke about spending money over the holidays so I could then segue into today's sponsor, Ridge Wallet. Ridge offers sleek, compact RFID blocking wallets that come in over 30 different colors, including this tropical little angel. They hold up to 12 cards, easily accessible with a quick push, and offer either a cash strap or money clip for your bills. Ridge also has daily driver kits with a matching wallet and key case to keep your keys organized and easily accessible. So if you want to try out Ridge for yourself or as a gift this holiday season, head on over to ridge.com/Jedi to save up to 40% until December 22nd. That is ridge.com/Jedi. So on to the movie. There are layers here. I don't mean layers as in like it's deeper than it appears. I just mean layers of entertainment in terms of how I can talk about it. Because at face value, this is just fine. The acting's not particularly good. There's some very questionable special effects. It's a pretty paint-by-numbers story with a little bit of pizzazz in there. I can see where it's taking some inspiration from those holiday classics that we all love, so it's certainly not the worst Christmas movie I've ever seen, but it mostly just ends up feeling terribly cliche. However, I gotta get into some holiday cheer. Every year, I forget this doesn't fit my head. That's okay. But yeah, holiday cheer. There were some surprises waiting for me with this one. Some that I knew about. One that I knew about and then just completely forgot. So I was happy by the time I watched it. Happy's probably the wrong word, but we'll get there. All I knew when I sat down to actually watch this was Christmas movie and Lindsay Lohan, and you know what? Bless that. So we start off with her character, Sierra, who is apparently the daughter of some massive hotel owner. She lives this lavish life with employees immediately at her beck and call. Yet she claims she's not spoiled while literally being fed caviar. I don't mean she's eating it, I mean she's being spoon-fed caviar. And off the bat, you would want to assume that her dad would be just super disappointed in her just like coasting through life off of his hard work, but no! Apparently he is bankrolling this behavior to the point that he wants to make her vice president of Atmosphere, a very made-up job just so he can bankroll her more. So it's already a weird dynamic that seems to get weirder when we find out she seems to be dating this famous influencer, who I did not remotely get the vibe that they were dating until it was explicitly told to me, but apparently he really just wants them to be like some like unified power couple online, presumably so he could also reap the benefits of any breakup they have. But then it cuts to some epic skiing, where this young gent hits up Mr. Belmont, aka Lindsay's dad and head of this hotel/ski resort, which skiing man then compares to SpaceX for some reason. But he's there to try to offer him a business proposal, and to do so, he has to race him down the hill. And guys, I personally think they really just nailed the skiing CGI. I mean, just look, I'm so immersed. This is so real. Honestly though, why did you guys try to do the close-ups on their faces? It just looks so bad. But the real important piece of information here that I completely forgot and couldn't tell until he took off the glasses, this is Trouty Mouth. You know, from Glee? Say what you will about Glee, but those first 3 seasons. The guy who, when I tell you his real name, it's gonna sound just as fake as Trouty Mouth. Chord Overstreet. With a name like that, did he have a chance in being anything other than Glee? But yeah, has he really done anything since being Sam? Okay, beyond this Acapulco show that seems to be doing pretty well, I'm not sure how involved in that he is, but not much, so good for him. I liked Sam as a character, even in the Bieber phase. I hope I'm not forgetting something horrible he did on this show. It's a cursed show. Either way, he owns a place called the North Star Lodge and wants to make some kind of deal with Belmont to combine parts of their locations because his lodge is better for beginner skiers and he could teach them how to ski better before they get to his big lifts. But sadly, he doesn't seem down to play, even though he seems to like him as a dude.
Pretty classy out there, letting me win. Well done.
Then we get a meet cute where she obviously crashes right on into Trouty Mouth on his way back to the lodge.
I'm wearing Valignaggi. Oh my god! My Valignaggi!
Is anything actually on her there? Did they just stick fake goo? I get that it was gonna be fake goo no matter what, but like I feel like it's supposed to be some kind of like whippy chocolate drink, but it looks like congealed bird shit. Anyway, her boyfriend shows up and seems way more distressed about the outfit being ruined. I just have no idea what they're trying to get across with Tad. Also, yes, his name is Tad. It's like when I was watching Wedding Crashers and I was positive the name was Zach, but it's actually Sack, which makes sense when he's all like, that's what we call a sack lunch. I'm sober and I played Pokemon until like 4 o'clock in the morning today. We're having a good time. But Daddy Dearest here is certainly not a fan of Tad, and I can tell that because he calls him Ted, and just, general behavior towards him.
Tad's an influencer.
Basically, you're a salesman.
Oh no, okay. Fun fact, it doesn't really matter how much we try to explain exactly to my grandmother, which she's very spry. She's just completely not online. She doesn't even use a cell phone, not online. But even if I just tell her to tell people that I review movies, she feels like she needs to explain how the money is generated from that, and she doesn't quite get the concept of AdSense. So she just tells people that I sell things on the internet in a way that truly sounds like late night QVC, except via YouTube. And honestly, yeah, sure. So we get a little bit of insight as to why he's kind of coddled her whole life. Her mom died and her dying wish was to make sure that she was always taken care of, which is why he just bankrolls her and wants to make her fake jobs like VP of Atmosphere to help her feel fulfilled.
It's not even a real job. I think he just made it up to give me something to do.
But it's also making me wonder how old the movie is suggesting she is, because I don't think they're trying to make her sound super young, but if she hasn't gotten a job yet and he hasn't made some kind of fake position for her yet, why is this now suddenly an option? At the youngest they're implying that she's in her late 20s, but I do feel like it is firmly 30s because all the actors are that age and there's a kid involved in this situation, so who knows? We're shown a snow globe that the mom got her dad because it reminded her of Sierra. Is this gonna be a magic snow globe? Probably not. I'm just looking for the magic of Christmas everywhere. Either way, he is somehow concerned that he's not doing enough for her. Sir, every morning she eats caviar that's fed to her. I bet soon enough the only caviar she's gonna want to eat is Trouty Mouth's. I'm so sorry, that's so, oh god. Trouty Mouth gets back to his ski lodge where it's revealed that he has a kid and apparently the wife is dead. That's how unfortunate. So he just lives there with the kid and the departed wife's mom, and it seems like the proposal to Belmont was a last-ditch effort to try to save the place. But Sierra and Tad end up going off on this snowmobile journey to take some kind of pictures, and of course she starts singing Christmas songs. But not just any Christmas song, Jingle Bell Rock, because obviously that's what you're gonna get Lindsay Lohan to sing in a Christmas movie.
Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. It's the right time to rock the night away.
But Tad shits on her and calls her pitchy, then switches channels. Trash! Let her sing, sir! You were getting an exclusive concert from history! Though I wonder if she tries to stick singing in all of her contracts as something that she wants to do. Honest, I would if I would. But let me guess, he's gonna get them lost or hurt, and then Trouty Mouth is gonna save the day. And yeah, seems like Tad's a little lost. Also, I just love the fact that they had to CG the snow falling off the sign. Like, was that really necessary? Is the whole sign fake? Is anything real anymore? I'm sorry. Back with Trouty Mouth Jr., she and Grandma went off to the Christmas wish tree, and is this man really Santa? Is this like the real Santa Claus? How is he gonna make a wish come true? Guess we'll find out, because we're back with Sierra and Tad, and the special effects here are just, they're really something. I just truly feel like I'm on a mountain with them. Look, I'm okay if Netflix cuts corners here, so $18.99 looks good. But then he proposes to her with this obnoxiously large ring that is also just way too big for her hand. And because it's too big, when the cliff breaks, because of course the cliff breaks, it just slips right off when Tad's trying to save her. So she falls right off that cliff, and then somehow Tad falls through a cliff crater that conveniently presents itself at the same time. So much is happening. So she flies down, smashes her head into a tree, and of course Trouty Mouth is here to save the day, and Tad is just lost, which I for one am fine with. They check in with him a few times. I don't care about most of them. So Trouty Mouth takes Sierra to the hospital where she has amnesia. Oh my god, I did not have amnesia on my bingo card for this movie. I am so excited. So she isn't gonna remember Tad or the fact that he's abandoned somewhere in the mountain and that she told all the hotel staff not to bother her at all until she got back. One issue though, why doesn't he remember her? Literally just that morning, he crashed into her with a beverage, like sure, she was wearing sunglasses and a hat, but that is very noticeable long red hair. But sure, fine, she has amnesia, he has selective amnesia. And of course, this leads to all sorts of hijinks with her inability to function as a human being. She's grossed out by the blankets and clothing. She doesn't remember what a raccoon is, so she flips herself over a chair, which is almost immediately upright again. Just all sorts of goofy fun with Raccoony. Tad, on the other hand, not as much fun. His cell phone dies the second he tries recording some harrowing video of survival, but he manages to find an ice fishing cabin and fawns over his savior, who has no phone, a busted truck, and no real way to immediately help him, but hey, coffee! Netflix also got real bold with this one. When she wakes up the next morning and muscle memories the remote to open her blinds, it's obviously for the TV, and we get the blaring ta-dum before directly actually showing us Netflix on the screen. Just really getting that brand recognition in. And because she doesn't remember her name, Trouty Jr. helps her pick a new one. Okay, I feel like calling the kid Trouty Jr. is kind of mean. What's her name? Avi, apparently? I feel like I absolutely did not ever hear someone say that name, but okay. They end up with the name Sarah, and still no one is looking for her because Tad also left flowers with a note that made it sound like he was taking her away somewhere, and her dad's out on business, so she's just primed for uninterrupted romancing. So they start getting her to do normal things to try to jog her memories, like making a bed, cooking, laundry. Of course, the detergent falls in. But because she's never done any of this stuff, it's not helping with the memory, and it's a disaster. They are trying so hard for the physical comedy points. But the one thing she can do is get the tangles out of Avi's hair, which gives her a memory of her mom doing the same for her. Oh my god, oh no, she's gonna have to remember that her mom is dead all over again. Oh no! So they all go to the Christmas market together. It's super romantic, and again, real presumed Santa here gets a little jingle flourish. But we find out that the lodge was in his wife's family for years, and that's why he's so attached and just desperate to keep it alive, but the reservations just aren't flowing like they used to. And while Santa's sleigh is a little bit too intense here price-wise, the snow globe is right up their alley, and Trouty can tell that it sparked something in Sierra/Sarah, perhaps an old memory of her mother.
You know what, we'll take it.
No, Jake, I couldn't.
Oh, Trouty's name is Jake. Yeah, we'll see how long I manage that one. Okay, wow, I can't believe that Santa actually took their money. What the fuck? Inflation truly knows no limits. And of course, he likes to sing Christmas songs with her and encourages her to do it. It's so romantic. He's everything that Tad isn't. Like, into her. So now she has this renewed sense of joy. She's making her bed, she learned to cook, having romantic tumbles.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay.
Even the mom seems willing to cuck her dead daughter.
Oh, your daughter. She's really beautiful. Cute.
I'm beautiful too.
but then reveals that this might be their last Christmas at the lodge because they don't think they can afford to keep it going. So she's really trying to think of a way to fix this as their romance keeps brewing. He tried to flex his rap job here, but I saw that ruined corner. Then they almost kiss under the mistletoe before he's like, oh wait, maybe we shouldn't do that because you could be with someone in real life.
That would be unfortunate.
Romance! It's okay, your guides suck, just give her. Just once, I would love for one of these situations to have the courage to make the original dude not suck. Like, give the character amnesia, have them fall in love with this new person, but then like they remember and now they're put in the situation where neither of these people suck. They're just good and for different, like in different way. Oh, I like chaos. So she comes up with an idea to try to save the lodge, invite a bunch of the different guests that have come throughout the years, just as a Christmas party, but kind of say that, you know, people can leave donations if they want to try to help through the holiday season. But apparently he's just way too proud for that.
I mean, think about all the memories you've made.
What do you know about memories? I mean, you can't even remember your name.
Low blow, Trouty, you have unearned your real name. But he explains it as being afraid to make new memories after the death of his wife because of feelings he never thought he'd have again, but he's having them with her. And thankfully, Grandma's here to put his worries to rest and be like, hey man, get yours. I'll allow it. But obviously in a nicer, sweeter way, like, hey, you deserve to be happy. You know, she's nice. So he decides to start making some baby steps and puts the angel he bought with his wife on the tree for the first time since her death. So now he's agreed to the event and they're getting all prepped, which is when her dad gets back to the hotel and realizes, imbeciles, her luggage is still here. Which is right around the time where the sheriff finds Ralph's abandoned truck with a note on it, so they get tracked down. Apparently, he's a known poacher, so like, why do you let him have an ice fishing hut? Oh well. So eventually they all end up at the North Star Lodge because the sheriff knows that that's where Sierra, now Sarah, is. But Tad doesn't seem remotely concerned that she's missing, just that he proposed.
It looks like I'll be calling you Dad.
But before they show up, romance. A nice dance, a near kiss before the mayor shows up, and a ton of other people. Oh my god, it's a Christmas success. And they actually get some donations. Turns out Trouty had been handing out freebies over the years. Free ski lessons, free wedding spots, and like wines and food. Then the mayor says they're trying to push to have it deemed as a historic location so they can get more funding and grants. But doesn't a site being historic kind of prevent it from being modified in a lot of different ways? Like maybe that varies, but I don't know. And obviously Tad shows up just as Jake's about to make his big declaration and she sees her dad and suddenly it all starts coming back to her. Yeah, I'm sure it's hard to act like you're coming out of amnesia, but okay. And then they just leave. Like, you can't even stay for the party? And even though it's super clear that she doesn't care about Tad and she's super into Trouty, because it seems pretty clear that there's just no chemistry between these two. They didn't write it and the actors don't show it. And that seems even more confirmed when they don't even appear to be sharing a bed together. Because it's Trouty that has her heart a-flutterin'. He's made real change in her life. She's making her bed, wants to dress simple, cook her own food. The employees are horrified. It's actually kind of weird.
I'm in the mood for something different this morning.
But this is all leading up to a press conference they're having, because I guess for whatever reason, the press is very interested about everything that's happened to her. Slow news day. So it cuts over to the lodge, and even though the party was a success, they still need to actually start booking out rooms for the season, and they need a miracle. And that miracle comes not from this assumed magical Santa Claus here, but from the good old power of celebrity shoutouts. They see Sierra on TV, who specifically says that she only made it through because of Trouty, and the lodge mentions it multiple times. But very quickly, Tad derails to talk about the engagement.
It's by Jefferson Diamond. # Jefferson Jewelry for you.
Wait. Was the ring a brand deal? Did he propose because he got a diamond sponsorship? Like, I just can't tell what's going on with Tad because he doesn't seem to like her. He also doesn't seem to need or want to use her for money or attention. Then in a bit, it seems like they're going to imply that he's gay, so I just really don't know. So in true BFD, engaged ain't married energy, the kid tells Trouty to declare his love before it's too late, but their snowmobile just won't start. But what's that? The fancy sleigh is suddenly there? Okay, so the sleigh doesn't move without horses. They already have horses and their own sleigh. I get that this is a sleek design, probably a little bit more aerodynamic, but like, are they gaining that much time over their existing setup? But whatever, it's magical. The Christmas miracle is for love. Or something. But the movie is actually going to do something that I really enjoyed. Before he gets there to declare his love, she tells her dad that she wants to make her own way in life, doesn't want his fake VP of atmosphere job, even though she appreciates him always taking care of her. And then ends things with Tad.
Are you breaking up with me on Christmas Day?
You'll be okay by New Year's.
Do you mind if I post about this on my page?
Yeah, he will. So it's nice that it wasn't like she was just gonna go along with it until like the hero shows up to make that big resounding declaration of the like, get on the altar, Claire, get on the, like one of those. Wedding Crashers is such a good movie. But yeah, I know Tad's gonna be okay on New Year's because he asks Terry, one of these employees, to go with him.
What are you doing for New Year's?
Which is right about when Trouty declares his love to a car window, and I feel it's certainly implied that there's a romantic undertone here between the two of them. Like, movie, just be brave. Do what you want. You don't need to make it a punchline.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
But then from here, it really just plays out as expected. Like, he finds her, lets her know that the lodge is sold out for the whole remainder of the season in minutes. Then he makes a move on her in a cute way by saying he doesn't remember what mistletoe is for, which is a nice little callback to like 20 minutes ago. And even though she said she didn't want to be in the hotel business, she's now going to be helping Trouty run the lodge. Very different. It's obviously exceedingly different. So they kiss, and this fucking Santa Claus in the background smiling at his handiwork as if he orchestrated it all when all he did was leave a sled, not even a magic sled that moved on his own, not even magic horses to carry the sled. Like, unless he orchestrated her amnesia, in which case, commitment, sir. Bravo. So my mind was on horses, which is why I said magic horses, but I have to imagine that Santa would have sent reindeer. Okay. And then it just ends with bloopers that aren't really bloopers. They're just like bad takes and little actors slip-ups, like the kind of stuff that you'd probably only find entertaining if you were involved in making the movie on set, but yeah, my God, what an experience. This is one of those ones that when you're watching it, it's just perfectly like, okay, but then I have a lot of fun talking about it afterwards, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me, just in the back of my head, just itching to get back to playing my Pokemon game. I gotta catch them all and you can see them all out there walking. Okay, that's gonna do it for this, for the most part. Let me know what you guys are thinking. There's nothing particularly egregious about this. It's just I just feel like they could have put, I think even like 15% more effort into some of the writing of this, and then and like a little bit more on the production side, and it probably would have been really good and really solid. And as it stands, it's just kind of like, yeah, we're watching it because Lindsay Lohan's in it. And you know what? Get yours, girl. Hell yeah. And Trouty mouth for life. But let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments section down below. Did you like this? Did you hate this? Did you love it? Are you somewhere in between? Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks as always to my Patreon supporters and YouTube channel members. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like on the video if you're into that kind of thing. All my social medias are linked down below. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm mostly okay, and we'll catch you all later.